Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, where we are currently in Areelu, Vorlesh's laboratory. Now, we just got the key to the bypassing these weird things from the suture, so let's go ahead and walk past this thing.
I'll go ahead.
The lock has been battered by someone's desperate efforts to open it, but the door is sealed shut. What? Caledon sent me. Nura, the historian, emerges with an unexpected suggestion from behind the commander's back. This is just the sort of situation where ingenuity and knowledge of the enemy will be more useful than swords and armor. While she speaks, she thinks, I need to prove myself. Okay. That is a bit creepy. How... If this laboratory has been abandoned by Areelu Vorlesh, then what the heck is going on here? A ripped book lies in the center of the room. Beneath the title in large letters, Lexicon of Paradox, are lines of text written in hasty, bold script. A shimmering purple haze rises from the pages. You're about to step over the threshold when the haze glows brighter. The power within you responds, roiling in agitation, but you feel no sense of danger. Rather, it's as though you're experiencing a chemical reaction to this unknown phenomenon. Look around. You are distracted by a rustling sound and the heavy thud of ungainly footsteps. The dretch looks decidedly pitiful up close. Without the crude stitching that crisscrosses his skin, it seems his body would simply fall to pieces.
So you made it to our treasure trove. Why not take a treasure for yourself? This is knowledge. Power. Right now it's nothing, but it will become what you want it to be.
First, you will answer my questions, demon.
Go and ask them then. I don't have all day.
I see a book, but you're talking about some kind of power. What does that mean?
This book is an old notebook for recording experiments. The power is the result of one of those experiments. My lady decided to bind it to the pages for some reason. It's the ultimate convergence of theory and practice, savvy? She gave a lot to learn how to cultivate and strengthen souls, and this is the result.
And you're just going to give this power to me?
As if one mutilated dretch could stop you. That's not it. My lady knew that sooner or later, someone would come for the book. She told me not to interfere. She doesn't tell me her reasons. She said to come here and wait to make sure that the gift finds its owner. That's what I've done. She also told me not to hide from whoever comes, so I haven't.
What experiments are mentioned in the book?
All of them. Rifts. Mythic powers, planar magic, transformation, hibernation. All them things that I obviously know a lot about. You've seen the lab, of course. I also know that the book contains everything about her work on the Worldwound. It's a pity. The book's looking worse for wear. Who knows what notes are still left inside?
Tell me about Kenabres and your transformation into a halfling. I want details.
You're a shrewd one, aren't you? Nothing gets past you, does it? He wants details, he says. I was disguised as a halfling, yes. Did I have to drag your body to the crusaders? I did. Did I then have to slip you a weapon? I did. Do you think I'd have managed all that if I'd been gallivanting around Kenabres in my own skin? As to the purpose of the whole performance, don't ask me. I know nothing. My lady don't bother sharing such details with me.
I've found out everything I wanted to know.
That's good indeed. Knowledge leads to progress, eh?
I tell you to refuse to take this abomination, but I already know that you're not gonna take it. You're not gonna take it, right?
I would have said that people don't go around handing out gifts like this for no reason. Especially not Areelu, if she is the one behind this, but I think I should keep out of this decision. It feels like the fate of Galarian might hinge on this, or something like that. You decide, and I'll accept your decision. Whatever it is.
What a charming demon. He certainly does not wish us any harm. There's no reason at all for us to doubt his words. There is no possible way that this book could be a nefarious trap. Not in the slightest.
This knowledge, this power, is rightfully mine. Your fingers barely graze the book when the purple glow flares brightly and a series of inscriptions, diagrams, and sketches flash by, imprinting themselves in your memory as if you've always known them. Power fills you, just as wrathful and overwhelming as in the battle for the Wardstone or the moment you acquired the Sword of Valor.
Discari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If fleeing's your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
Care to lend me a weapon? I'll try to fight the demons. This is even more absurd.
Sure thing. Here, take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even. Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
Yes, very good. A dose of bravery or a bit of honor. It could be nothing else. Or perhaps his instincts are hinting.
Milady, this creature's about to die. Shouldn't you... That's it. I've done as she asked. Now I can return to my lady.
Why did Areelu need someone to shoot Discari back in Kenarbres?
She needed to spill his blood. The blood of a demon lord is a powerful thing and very useful, you see. It's a priceless reagent. You can make so many things out of it. A wondrous blade, for example, that can turn even a wardstone to dust.
Don't move, you will answer my questions, demon. I think we've already...
Go and ask them then. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good indeed. Knowledge leads to progress, eh?
Well, go, and tell Areelu that I'm tired of her riddles.
Riddles aren't always bad. Farewell.
An unsettling light twinkles from the crystal. Lines of mysterious magical patterns spread out around it. I suppose we should level up the 4th mythical level, since I think Dunfix will get his enduring spells on level 4, which will really help out with the buffs. I look kind of pale. Level 4. Greater abundant casting would be nice. And we also want to go for Skeletal Fighter, I think. Oh, I think this one is new. We're going to go with Skeletal Fighter. I haven't got the faintest what to give the skeleton though. Specialization. But whatever I take here, I might have to respec my main character and have a look at what the heck I'm doing. Longbow would be nice. 7 spells. We already have Jolting Portent and Firestorm that we get automatically on this level. Legendary Proportions is definitely a good spell, but we can only get 1, so let me just have a look at the rest of them. Plague Storm, Fortitude Negates. Finger of Death is interesting. Also interesting that it doesn't have a description. It doesn't say anything. Apparently, I think it just kills someone. But Fortitude partial. Yeah, no, from the ones I see here, definitely Legendary Proportions is the best one. I mean, level 7, I'm going to be using Feast of Blood anyways, but Legendary Proportions is rather nice. We also get level 8 spell. Don't really have any level 8 spells, like this one is interesting, but... Protection from spells. The one character. Soul Reaver. Again, Fortitude half. Rightful Aspect. That one is definitely of interest. Wonder if this one is better. No, I think this one is the best one because enemy creatures within the aura are shaken. Every time they hit me, they become frightened. Okay. Yes. You probably didn't hear that. Microphone was pointing the completely different direction than I was talking. So the companions, of course. We'll start out with Sela, Mythic level 4. That should be improved critical. Longsword. It's easy enough. Sunfix, Mythic level 4. Greater enduring spell. And with this, any spell that lasts longer than 5 minutes, but shorter than 24 hours, will now last 24 hours. I think it is possible to get haste to last for 24 hours if I can use the extend spell meta magic. But I'll have to experiment a little with that. But that one is a critically important spell for the Brown Fur Arcanist. This is when he really starts becoming good. Lan. Papers in order here. Mythic level 4, Deadly Aim. Mythic. He uses Deadly Aim, he gains +3 bonus on ranged damage rolls instead of 2. And whenever it reaches +4 in base attack bonus and every 4 thereafter, it increases by +3 rather than. But I should make sure that I have Deadly Aim enabled on it, because I don't know if I do.
Are we in trouble yet?
I do. Good. Now, Woljith, level 4. Improved critical mythic. Obviously for dagger. Okay, I'll have to wait until he is... Doesn't he have improved critical for dagger? I must have done a mistake on him. He should have had the improved critical for dagger. I'll go respec him. Darren, Mythic level 4, improved critical ray. This guy should be interesting now. Level 10 undead. Very simple, very easy. I could probably give him some better gear. Why doesn't he have improved critical? He must have taken something wrong here. Yeah, I should have taken improved critical, not improved initiative. Level 11, that's where I... Okay, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal to fix it up. We can open a rift.
Follow my lead.
But we're not done here yet. Buckler Ray negation. Place the experiment the suture crystal in the socket.
Day 20, Farast 4606. Experiment, the suture. Subject, former Darachne subjected to extreme exposure when passing through the Worldwound. As a result of this exposure, the demon was reborn as a dretch, a unique event in demonology. The reborn demon also acquired serious malformations, which did not respond to standard treatment methods. Objective: to assess the threat to other demons to stabilize passage through the Worldwound. The survival of the subject is also desirable for the purposes of further observation.
She's a cold one, that Areelu Vorlesh. Possibly even colder than my Lawful Evil character Lich would be. I have no idea where this leads to. It's locked wherever it leads to. Can we really go up there? Lamb,
Always
can
be
you
ready for
just
the
have a...
worst.
Not go up.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
Is this one of these doors that are bugged again? Here, that way. Yep. But I can move away from the door, I think.
You won't survive me.
Precision and grace.
We can cast a Feast of Blood. It's one of those weird shadow demons in there as well. They seem a bit confused as to what to do.
Endure this! Did you see that?
I'll make short work of this.
I don't think that's gonna help you much.
Aim carefully.
Make every strike count.
Good. More elven notes. There's another Omox over there.
They will break against our resolve.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
Forwards!
Are there more of them in the room?
That is not far.
No. Heavy crossbow of degradation.
I'll go ahead.
The chaos does not look like the result of anything as deliberate and controlled as a search. It is more likely that there was a fight here, or that everything was simply smashed. Go with the latter.
aren't I?
Probably demons going berserk in here.
I found... something.
It was a trap, but it disappeared. More notes from Areelu's laboratory. The commander and his army walk up on the high bank of the West Selden River, where it draws near the border of the Worldwound. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges and sickening bends, the shade of mercury on the horizon rising to dirty rust. As it arches above the soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure hue. That was like the first event we had, wasn't it? Old letter? You can read that if you feel like it. The room has more life to it than the other chambers in the lab, but even here rationality wins out over comfort. Okay, so this was her bedroom, apparently. Shock flaming corrosive cold iron cookery +3. Okay.
I know the way.
No idea what happened to that trap.
This is my kind of work. Can we retreat already?
I hope this door isn't bugged.
Distract them from me.
It is. Okay. Then select all, turn off turn-based, go into the room. I detest having to play manually. Turn on turn-based again. Cast a Feast of Blood there. That killed the rock.
Time to share your treasures.
Out of my sight!
Stinking cloud, of course.
Into the fray!
You won't survive me.
I will see to your demise.
Cover me, all right?
Thank you. The door bug has been mostly fixed in patch 1.3, but I can't use patch 1.3 because then I can't use the buff bot thing, and I rather like having that because it dearly saves a lot of time. A half-fiend guardian minotaur.
Precision and grace.
Exsanguinate you?
No. Endure this.
He seems to be stuck.
I'll make short work of this.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
We are starting to take damage, so let's do that.
Might be
Because
trap.
our
Might
buffs
be
have run out. Trap seems to be from in here. Ah. Yep, the door is bugged. With a trap here, I don't dare
Make every
to
strike count.
turn off the turn-based.
Out of my sight.
That's fine.
Let's try this way.
I'm
Roll
all
J.
ears.
Something wrong?
You disarm that trap.
This is my kind of work.
Thank you. What is this room?
Can't hide from me.
There's a helmet of camaraderie, camaraderie in here. It's probably okay to put on one of the animals, to be honest. Here, take this. Knowledge Arcana 28.
Done.
The bodies in the murky liquid are likely remnants of unsuccessful experiments, or of a failed attempt to save them.
As it should be.
This place is pretty gruesome. I'll give Areelu Vorlesh one thing. She was not faint of heart. Oh, that's back up there. It's only one door
That
here.
is not far.
Let's open that door. An old mongrel. You look at the figure dressed in rags, and after some difficulty you recognize that it is an old mongrel. The few exposed areas of skin are covered in horrific burns. Grotesque twitching appendages that look like a cross between tentacles and umbilical cords are latched onto him. The mongrel gives a quiet groan. Who's there? It's been so long since I heard another living voice. We're on your side. Don't be afraid, old man. We're not going to hurt you. Who are you? I've been here so long I don't remember my own name. I lived in the caves beneath Kenabras, but I was drawn to the surface, so one day my friends and I decided to venture up there. I was the only one who made it all the way, but when I emerged I was met by a pack of inquisitors. They thought I was a demon. Burn the demon, death to demons. Fire, all I can remember is fire. Lan, do you know him? Lan looks mournfully at his fellow mongrel. No, he's clearly well over 40 years old. I've only seen 3 or 4 mongrels as old as this before. I fear he is beyond helping, Caledon. He might not survive if we free him. The old mongrel struggles to speak, his voice a low whisper. Better to die free, lad. Did Areelu do this to you? Areelu? Yes, I remember her. She took me from the pyre, what was left of me. She brought me here. She treated my wounds, and she took my blood for her experiments on mutations. But she went away, and I have not seen her here in a long time. It's time to end you. That one he would have died no matter what we would have picked, but since he was going to die anyways. Surprised we didn't have a lawful option there, though.
I'll go ahead.
I would be very grateful if we don't have the door bug here, but we do. Well, let's feast a little bit.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Fireball didn't do anything.
I will see to your demise.
No glory without risk!
Good hope. Okay. Die. Or maybe not, because we can't see it.
You won't survive me.
Attack!
Can't cast the spell because the dog is in the way. You have to wait for it to read. There we go. I suppose I still can't cast? Nope. What if we go down there?
Endure this.
Might as well cast magic missiles. Do something at least.
Precision and grace.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Thank you. Everywhere there are signs of destruction, large and small. We seem to be slowed down. Let me guess, we are fatigued or something? Oh, we are actually slowed. Speed composite longbow +3. There is one more place we haven't gone, which is down that way. That slow spell, some of our party members are going to move very slowly. Apparently, skeleton and the horse. I don't know if I have anything that removes the slowness. Slow dispels haste. Well, it's only a couple of seconds left. There we go. We're going to have another one of those situations with the door being problematic here. All animals, move to the back, please.
My tail is restless.
Switch to your bow.
Fine.
Marksman, go there. Lan, go there. Sila, stay in the back.
We should prepare.
Unfix, you go there. And
Ready
Caledon.
for anything?
The road awaits.
Caledon, you can go. Oh, no, not
gone.
Unfix.
Time's not
Caledon, open the door. I suppose we could send Sila in alone. Maybe if we...
Our
No.
victory is certain.
Make every strike count.
The light take you!
I'll make short work of this.
Yep, it stops at the door, so... Have a Feast of Blood in there. Switch
Distract
you
them
to
for
the
me.
bow, so you can attack. Didn't think that would do much. He needs Ascendant Element to actually be useful in terms of damage.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Smite Evo might be good here.
Into the fray!
I have to wait for this one to reappear. Good.
Done with you.
Exsanguinate it.
Time to share your treasures.
Aim carefully.
You won't survive me.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
There we go.
Steel. I encourage people to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world.
Uh-huh.
Start with me.
Yeah.
I know the way.
Lockpicker's Kit 2. The White Dragon. Oh, nice. Doesn't do that much in terms of armor, but cold aura and cold resistance 30 can be worn by a druid. And all creatures within 5 feet takes 2d6 points of cold damage. But the keys we got, that is definitely useful. Cool Drift, here, have those. And I think we are largely done here, actually. Except for that door. Back room on the north side contains... Oh, we got another crystal. suppose this is a decent thumbnail material. Areelu's Great Laboratory. Actually got 2. Experiment the Transformation.
Day 28. Cullis Drill. 4606. Experiment. Transformation. Subject. Areelu Vorlesh. Human female. With a clear affinity for arcane magic. Objective. To fuse a mortal soul with the essence of the abyss. Predicted result. The formation of a full-fledged half-demon on the basis of a mortal being. Potential risks unknown. The death of the subject is extremely likely. I will continue to monitor the experiment for as long as I can.
At least one could say that she was really devoted to her research. No. You go back there.
No mistakes.
Because you doggies are making noises.
I am prepared.
The secret of sorcery.
Well, well. It seems that someone has been meddling with my projector without permission. Again. How many times have I told you not to do that, I made this recording for the sole purpose of telling you that when I return, I shall be very, very angry.
Ooh. I am so afraid. Just let me be absolutely certain that I've gotten everything that I wanted to get from you. For instance, that. Be right back. Yeah, I thought that there was something that I did forget. The barrier surrounding the frozen angel shimmers disconcertingly. Examine the barrier. The barrier appears to have been created from the essence of the abyss and reinforced with spells repelling any living creature not of this dark plane. Destroy the barrier. You see a beautiful silver-haired woman whose face displays unusual, heavenly tranquility. Now you can get a good look at her wings. One looks strong and is covered in white feathers, just as you would expect of an angel. But the other wing, it looks like a framework of mismatched bones with a grimy purple substance stretched across instead of webbing, and it is covered in something akin to scabs or strange scales. The angel awakens and unexpectedly inclines her head in greeting. I do not know who you are, stranger, but thank you for freeing me. I am Targona, Blade of Iomede's heavenly host. My captivity, though I was ignorant of it, lasted so long. How did you end up here? I was brought here from the brink of death. I had been fighting the Baelor Darazand alongside a troop of crusaders when we were struck by the Echo of Descari, a demon of terrifying power and cunning, and an old enemy of mine. All my comrades perished, and the 2 demons set upon me like predators savaging a bird. The Echo ripped off my wing and left me to die among the bodies of those I failed to protect. And then she appeared, the architect of the Worldwound. The angel's gaze darkens. Sometimes I am amazed at the vast power, terrifying or benevolent, that can reside in a mortal. However, Areelu is no longer mortal. She brought me here. She treated me as much as she could, as much as she deemed necessary. I can hardly remember those first days in the laboratory. Pain, strange magic, purple flames flickering around me. Areelu spent hours casting spells over me. was chained the whole time. I was too weak to fight or flee. There was nothing else for me to do but to talk to her and to try to glimpse inside that black soul. I don't know what I hoped to find in there. Perhaps the smallest glimmer of light, hope that all this could be remedied? All I saw was twilight, a veil of arrogance and secrets that Areelu used to keep herself separate from the world. Her thoughts were occupied by some grand experiment. I was of little interest by comparison. When she had finished her work, she put me into a deep sleep. A healing sleep, she said. It was necessary to allow my new abominable wing to settle in. I have been in that sleep until now. What grand experiment was Areelu planning when she captured you? She wanted to perfect her accursed wound, the second opening as she called it. The rift was to be larger and more stable, opening a road to Golarion from new abyssal realms. What shocked me was that she talked about the disastrous consequences of her plan with total equanimity, as though there were minor details that were but a distraction from the experiment itself. I also know that her experiment required a mortal soul. Perhaps as a sacrifice in some dark rite that would siphon the mortal's life force and use it for perverse ends. I heard, or rather pieced together from what I overheard, that the soul belonged to a child. Areelu, like many demons and demonic spellcasters, has the ability to wrest souls from their bodies and contain them in special vessels. The vessel containing that soul was delivered to the laboratory soon after I was brought here. Areelu was unusually distressed that day. She talked to me more than usual, and that's when I learned the details of her plan. I was aghast when I realized that she was discussing the soul of a child, a soul which she likely wished to sacrifice. I cannot describe the horror I felt. What's wrong with your wing? It's the work of Areelu. The wing is fully functional. Its creator isn't known as the architect for nothing, but it frightens me. There is more of the abyss in this wing than in the eyes of an enraged Baelor. Finian's voice trembles. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry this happened to her. It's terrible. She should never have been. No living creature should ever be treated like that. Didn't you get out of here or summon the warriors of heaven to help you? The goddess cannot hear me within these walls. This place, it belongs to the abyss, not the material plane. I could not call for help, only pray for a miracle. Perhaps your arrival is the answer to that prayer. Can you tell me anything about this place? I know only a little. Areelu once let it slip that this refuge is where she wrote the Lexicon of Paradox, the book of dark magic containing the secret to the Worldwound's creation. That means this place is older than the wound itself. Areelu must have created it, at least part of it, before her great atrocity. I was astonished at the strange way she seemed to speak of this laboratory. It was as if she despised this place, yet she tried not to show it. There was a moment when I wondered if this hatred was a sign of her contrition, but I was mistaken. Areelu Vorlesh is incapable of feeling contrite, even for a heartbeat. She's like a tempest, hurtling forward and sweeping aside everything in its path. I have to go. I need to find a way to get out of here. May the power of heaven go with you. If only I could help, but my strength has been drained. That's weird. I swore I could tell her to leave the other time. Wait, I forgot to check if there was more loot up there. I don't think there is. No, there isn't. We're done. Maybe I have to open the rift first? Why is there a magical... Oh. Here we go. Now I can go back to the angel and... oh god, the camera is acting up again.
Gold.
I tested the haste spell with an extend metamagic rod on Sunfix, and it Lasts nearly 3 minutes, so it's not quite enough. I unsealed the way out. You are free. Free? Then let's leave here at once. May the light of Iomedae be with you. I have no reason to let them stay in here. Now we can go back inside. No idea what this door is. It's probably the old entrance. So yeah, that was the laboratory of Areelu Vorlish. That's basically the last thing we need to do before this chapter ends. We'll have to wait for a little bit before the chapter ends. I have to respec the characters and stuff like that, but I don't want to go back to Dresden right away because I think we have to have some conversations when we return to Dresden, whether I want to or not. So for now, if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section as per usual. And thank you all so much for joining me. See you all in the next episode.